Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, free site, dwyervip.com, free site. Today is May the 9th, 2018. Let's talk Boston versus Philly. But first, remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. I like Boston tonight, and I'm absolutely astonished by the betting line. Right, Boston is only laying 1 point at home in a closeout game, possibly a closeout game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Right, I'll say this. Maybe in the off season, Ben Simmons is going to develop more than an 8-foot shot. Right, but at this stage of his career, he's limited. Right, he really can't shoot. So he's a point guard who's vulnerable to a great coach like Brad Stevens, who's going to continue to harass him. Understand, Simmons has been dismal this entire series. I believe it's structural. Let me also point out, too, that Al Horford is one of the better defensive centers, especially away from the basket. Right? Horford can follow you around. It's clear to me that the Boston Celtics have a defensive construct that bothers Ben Simmons. So you should expect Ben Simmons to be less than his best. The key to last game was T.J. McConnell, right? They had a different point guard in there with a little bit more range on his jumper, right? A little bit more unpredictability. The problem is it's been a couple of days now since that last game. Brad Stevens and company have had an opportunity to look at film. Nobody on Boston, a very cerebral team, is going to be surprised by the T.J. McConnell wrinkle. Right? I think Philly is out of cards to play. Right? I understand. In the abstract, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, they look like they have a chance at being Hall of Fame players. Certainly perennial all-stars. Right? But at this point of their careers, with this little experience, right, with holes in their game that are now being exposed, at least in the case of Ben Simmons, right, I don't believe these guys are reliable enough to deal with a road game against a team that has been great at home throughout the playoffs, that's recovering from injury. Jaylen Brown now is getting back to being Jaylen Brown. That has several underrated players, most notably Terry Rozier. Right? Understand, just defensively, Boston is loaded with above-average defensive players. Right? Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart. At a minimum, Boston is going to bring a defensive intensity that Philly might not be prepared for. So you're telling me that all I have to do is lay a point with the Celtics. In other words, if the Celtics win the game by 2 points, I win. If they simply win the game by a point, it's a push. I don't lose. I'll be the casino's Huckleberry on this one. I like Boston laying a point at home in Game 5 against the Philadelphia 76ers. Let me hear from you. If you have a take on this game that you want to share with the public, I hope you do so in the comment section of this video. Thanks for stopping by.